Hello and welcome to the 8th edition of In Our House. First, I'll take a second of your time to tell you about this clock.
Here we are by the clock tower. I wonder what it's like up there. There's only one way to find out.
So, let's go up with the help of Paul.
Five levels for the actual clock tower itself.
Alright, first level.
This first level is where we have the winding mechanisms for the clock, for the actual bells themselves. Okay. Yeah, just a bit. On this level, you can probably hear the mechanism going now. Through this door here, you can actually see the wires continuing up, the actual mechanism themselves.
Here we go then to the next stage. Whoa.
So here we have the actual main mechanism for the actual clock itself. It was actually refurbished in 1992, and a lot of it was automated, i.e. for to wind the chimes on and also to wind the actual cycle mechanism.
It's a fantastic piece of Victorian machinery that still works well today.
So that's the clock mechanism. Let's go up and look at the clock face. So here we are 159 steps later at the clock face. So Paul, what's up here?
We've got the four clock faces, and they're each controlled by the four mechanisms which you can see at the back of the clock. At the back of the face. You've actually got the main mechanism in the central part of the actual clock face itself, which actually controls the actual arms as they actually go on the hand itself. We can actually have a look at the actual face itself by opening up one of the panels. And if you look closely, you can actually see the hand actually move.
So which way is Victoria Square?
Well, Victoria Square is actually on this face here. And then we've got Chamberlain Square on this face.
It's incredible to think that you can still go behind one of the four enormous clock faces.
So then, are we at the top yet?
Not quite, because we have actually got another two levels to see. So the next level will be, you've seen the clock face, you've seen the actual mechanism. So the next part that we're going to actually see is what the clock's actually been named after, which is Big Brum. What we have in the actual bell tower is the actual bell itself, known as Big Brum, which is that big bell just on the far side. And then the other bells surrounding it are the bells which we call which give out the Cambridge chimes. We're about to go to the very top of the actual clock tower itself. You'll be able to see the view all around the city centre. Okay? So here we are at the actual top of the clock tower. Not a bad little view, is it?
The view from here is fantastic, and this was used as a vantage point in World War II. More on this in a later programme. Getting up's the easy bit, now we have to get down. Koji Nixon, TNT News at the clock tower.
Now for the annual Brindley Place Dragon Ball Racing Festival, and TNT was there.
Welcome to the 16th Dragon Boat Festival at Brindley Place.
3, 1, 2, 3, 4,
This year they're hoping to raise at least £100,000 for leukemia. Koji Nixon, TNT News at Brindley Place.
And now for this week's mystery picture. Well, here are some more clues. Easy this week, it was Victoria Square.
And now it's time for
Survey of the Week.
A survey was published of the top 20 list of books that everyone should read before they reach 16.
2,000 people took part.
At number 6 is
Roald Dahl's James and the Giant Peach.
at number 5,
Black Beauty, Anna Sewell.
at number 4,
Winnie the Pooh.
at number 3,
The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe.
at number 2,
Alice in Wonderland.
and the number 1 book that everyone should read before they reach the age of 16 is
Charlie and the Chocolate Factory by Roald Dahl.
Recently, as we were walking past Brindley Place, we saw a group of Indian dancers.
It seems they were filming for the BBC series Doctors.
We just happened to have a camera, and this is what we saw.
Now for the latest in our series on origins of street names. We've been to Northfield. For this week's street sign, I have come to Northfield. This is Sir Herbert Austin Way. So, who was Sir Herbert? Sir Albert was a car manufacturer. His factory was not far from here. This £2 million park is named after Herbert. It's hard to believe, but this was the site of one of the biggest car factories in the world. And this pub was named after one of the type of cars that was made here.
Welcome to the Conservation Centre. It's a little chilly this evening, but we have come to do something that's a little otter. That joke is so bad, I didn't write it.
With us is Paul. Paul, can you tell us a little bit about the otters, please?
These are our Asiatic short-clawed otters. They're native to Southeast Asia, India and China. They differ from our own otters in the fact that they're slightly smaller. They do share some things in common, so they live in rivers, lakes and streams, same as our otters do. But they also live in mangrove swamps, which we don't obviously have here.
So are these otters protected species and why?
They are a protected species. They're listed as vulnerable in the wild, and primarily the reason for that is because of loss of habitat. Obviously man's effect has reduced the habitat that they have available to them.
The information here says short-clawed otters have very small webbing between their toes to help them swim. Their feet are very sensitive and they can find prey by touch alone. They live in family groups with one breeding pair and their young. They can have 1 to 5 pups per litter.
It's feeding time for the otters, so what are they going to eat, Paul?
So, otters are carnivores, so basically they get some meat. So in here we've got a chick, there's some little bits of heart in there as well. We also try and give them a balanced diet, so they get some fruit, which basically consists of dog food, which is these little round ones here, and cat food.
So you're not going to go into the enclosure to feed them?
No, we kind of chuck the food over the top of the glass of the enclosure, and the primary reason for that is because the otters can get a bit excited when you feed them, and they tend to be a bit nippy and they can give you a bite. The thing about otters is they're quite a powerful bite, and the jaws tend to lock down on you when they bite, so it can be painful and difficult to get them off. Okay, so we use the clicker to encourage the otters to come over to us when it's feeding time. This helps us be able to locate them, and if we need to do anything with them, we can bring them to us rather than chasing them around.
Four Oaks and the Stripes visited the oratory, but it was the home side which created the early efforts. Oaks almost took the lead on 2 occasions. Nil-nil at half-time. Good work by number 5 Liam. Set up the attack from which Mikel scored to make it 1-0.
Ken. That's yours. Keep going, Cameron. Keep going. Get it across.
It's a goal.
Giovanni soon made it 2-0 to the Oratory.
2-0.
Get it out. Out. Oh, well off the line, Ethan.
Oaks had a couple of opportunities to score.
Oh, unlucky. Ball.
Oratory almost made it 3, but it ended at 2-0.
3 cheers for Oaks! Hip hip! Hooray! Hip hip! Hooray! Hip hip! Hooray!
Dude, that's
Well
it.
done, lad. Okay. Well done.
The final score, Oratory 2, Oaks 0. Here I have the 2 goal scorers.
It's the most difficult game we've played, but in the second half we played better than them.
First we found it hard, but teamwork pays off. Teamwork pays off. So, for example, if you work as a team, you'll succeed.
Here's Liam, the man of the match. How do you feel?
I feel happy, really happy that we've got to the final and that we won. Well, my dad said I got to skill from him, but not really. The team played well. Giovanni and Mikhail got some really good goals, and yeah.
Looking forward to the final.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, in another final,
Villa at Wembley.
time to
Fight like
Lions. But
Villa's Cup final.
dream turned into a nightmare as they were battered
Arsenal 4, Aston Villa 0.
4-0. Villa were done for. They were outgunned. Arsenal were a different class. Villa were blown away by rampant Arsenal. Sky said Arsenal were dominant. It was a mismatch on an embarrassing scale. Free Radio thought Villa were unlucky. No one else did. Villa were fragile. And Arsenal awesome. Arsenal's goalkeeper could have taken a day off. Villa's football was pedestrian and ponderous. Villa didn't even have a shot on goal. The Mail added it was a shambolic amble of broken dreams. At least the fans were fantastic. The real Wembley Wonders. Wembley, Wembley. One of the goals was an unstoppable strike, which dipped and swerved into the net. It was a fantastic strike, a screamer, a sensational effort. Even Villa's keeper said it was one of the greatest goals in the Cup's 143-year history. After a worst ever Premiership placing, they are now the second best team in the Midlands. After West Brom, boing boing. No wonder manager Sherwood was gutted and sick. After no shots, no corners, no beliefs, no wonder Tim looked depressed. Tim said, I'm ready for a sunshine break.
But cheer up, Tim. At least you didn't wake up with this.
There's always next season.
This is Edgbaston Reservoir, round the corner from where I live.
This is one of the largest areas of water in the West Midlands. This was once a small pond called Roach Pool.
In the 1820s, it was enlarged by canal designer Thomas Telford. This dam was built to hold back even more water. Since then, the water has been used to top up the canals.
This is a sluice gate, which enabled the water to come through it under our feet and through to the canal.
In our first series, you may remember, we looked at a flag contest to design the best flag for Birmingham.
Now the 5 finalists have been decided.
We went to have a look at the designs.
So, Mike, we've got a final 6 flags in.
We have, and I think they're absolutely brilliant designs. Well, you've got this one. This is called the Sun and Moon configuration. This is a design by William Murdoch, who used to work for James Watt and Matthew Boulton. And the white gear talks about the moon and the Lunar Society, which Birmingham is famous for. So, you know, that's one absolutely brilliant one. Yeah. Right, well, what does that look like to you?
A steel pen nib.
A steel pen nib. Well, do you know that Birmingham used to be the centre of steel pen nib manufacturing? And we used to make in excess of 2 billion a year.
Wow.
And 80% of all written words was written by a pen nib in Birmingham, made in Birmingham. So you've got the pen nib, and then you've got the line, which represents the canal system. This area here, the grid, represents a car tyre, which represents the car industry, because Birmingham is also famous for making cars, and still is. So what does that blue denote to you? What does it look like?
B.
A letter B, correct. And here's another trick. This is all designed by a flagman. They call them vexillologists. What does that look like to you?
An M.
An M. Now, the B is for Birmingham, and the M is Roman number for 1,000. So Birmingham and 1,000. Of course, Birmingham used to be called the city of 1,000 trades. And of course, what we've got in the middle?
A bull.
A bull, because the bull ring, not the one that we've got now, the precinct, but the bull itself in the bull ring used to be the economic centre of Birmingham right from about the 13th century. This flag, what does it remind you of?
The England flag.
The Union flag, except different colours. And originally, on the original design, there was a Spitfire in the middle. What you've got here, right? You've got 2 blue lines representing what? Canals, right? You've got 2 blue lines representing canals and 1 representing road networks. Then you've got, do you know what that shape's called? Well, it looks like an arrow, almost. It's called a chevron, right? Now, is that pointing forward or pointing backward?
Backward.
Ah, no, because that's a trick question that I asked. Because when you have a flagpole here, the flagpole is the front of the flag. So the chevron is pointing forward. Is the Birmingham motto. Now,
Oh, yeah, K.
1K means 1,000. So we get back to
Yeah,
the land, or the city in this case, of 1,000 trades. Where we've got the canals, and we've got the road networks, we've got the chevron pointing, going forward, which is the Birmingham motto, right? Land of 1,000 trades. What you've got here, you've got different colours on the ribbon in the centre. Now, if you imagine, and you have to think about it, each square represents a community in Birmingham. What does the anchor represent? Any idea? The assay office. But more importantly, quality. Because Matthew Boulton, when he got permission to open up the assay office, it was to protect the name and reputation of Birmingham as a place of good quality jewellery.
What I want is for companies like Cadbury's and Jaguar and Land Rover to recognise that we've got the flag and to put the flag on the cars, the brand new cars that they make, and the chocolate bars that they make, so they can say Cadbury's chocolate comes from Birmingham and we're proud of it.
That's it for this edition of In Our House. Goodbye and thanks for watching.